Hi, in this video I'm going to share with you how you actually set up an FBA shipment that goes from FBAinspection.com through to Amazon and requirements you have in terms of paperwork, etc., that you need to provide to Jim and his team at FBA Inspection. All I've done here is in my Seller Central I've come to Inventory and selected Manage Inventory. So this is the screen we're looking at here. Now we're just going to be doing a test here, but just to give you an example, you click the particular line. You can either go from the Actions button here or the Actions button down here, which I tend to do. Choose Send Replenish Inventory. So it's important to make sure you do that and not create fulfillment order or create removal order. A removal order is essentially instructing Amazon to pull stock out of their fulfillment centers, and a fulfillment order is actually doing what's called multi-channel fulfillment, where you're sending an order to somebody who hasn't ordered through the FBA system. So don't worry too much about those. It's this one you need to select. So Send Replenish Inventory. What it will now do is bring up this screen, add products to a shipping plan. You can create a new plan or select the existing plan. I generally speaking always create new plan. You can name your plan, so if you've got 2 or 3 shipments going in, if they're split shipments you can name them or whatever you so wish, so I'll just call it order 2 for argument's sake. And this is important: packing type, individual products or case packed products. What this essentially means is that if you're sending in product, all the same product in one box, so let's say you have 20 units of your water bottle or whatever it is into one product, you would use case packed products. So essentially what Amazon's receiving is one box of product that has all the same product in it. If however you had 2 different products that you were sending in and it was a mixed carton as such, so say 10 water bottles and 10 day bottles or whatever it may be, you would select individual products, because essentially that means Amazon needs to sort them out when they get to the fulfillment center. But I dare say for the majority of cases most people will be case packed products. Always select that. I've got here ship from Jim Smith, and Jim's address obviously FBA Inspection. That's already been pre-set up in my account from when I did my last order. You can change that just to show you where it needs to come from. You just click Change Address, and I won't go into that because once you've got this set up, as you should, and I certainly would always use FBAinspection.com for my Amazon business without fail and without question, but you would want to have Jim's details in there as well so that they know where it's going from, and that's what's used to calculate your shipping. Now over to the right of the screen, you can't see it because I'm working off a Mac here, but there's a continue button. It will be on your screen, so yellow continue button, so you hit that button and it will start to build your order. Now I'm just going to pause and move the screen over. Okay, if we look here, what it's asking you to do is to enter the number of units. So let's say for argument's sake there's 10 units in a box and you're sending in 20 units, or sorry, 20 boxes or cases. It'll tell you obviously you're sending 200 units. So that's essentially all this is asking you to do. You hit continue. I'm just going to pop back over to the other side of the screen. Okay, and you can see that there's a workflow up the top here. So we've done the build plan, we're now to prepare products. Now for the most cases you will find that, or for a large majority of cases, there's nothing that actually needs to be prepared. Essentially what this is about is telling Amazon if you need to have something prepared by them before it's ready for sale. So if you need to have something applied to the product, or it needs to be matched up with another product, etc. So generally speaking, it probably won't apply. This is not to do with the application of the UPC labels. That's totally separate. You'll see we've got a label products button here. But that's generally speaking what that means. So you'll probably find, like for example here in this particular product, it says we don't have prep guidance for the products in your plan. You can assign a prep category if you so require it. Well, we don't, so we'll just hit continue and it'll move us on to the next stage. Okay, now this is important. What you'll see here is that what this has done is it's actually jumped from prepare products through to preview shipments. So it's actually skipped this label products area here. Now what you need to do, and I'll show you, is go back later and actually I'll show you how to actually print the labels for your products, which is what you provide to FBA inspection to apply to your product. The reason it skipped it, because my first orders, when I first started this process, it used to allow me to print here, but it's for some reason Amazon changed the classification of the way my product was set up, and I think it was set up so that it was eligible for multi-channel fulfillment orders, meaning that I could send a product out to someone I wanted to, whether it be a free product or that a sample that I was sending to somebody, or if somebody ordered from me outside of Amazon, or something of that nature. I could arrange that, and I think that's the reason why, because my product is set up to have that ability. It jumps this label products button, but that's not an issue. I'll show you how to fix that a little bit later. And of course Amazon can provide the label for a fee, but then I'd much rather and highly recommend that you use FBA inspection to apply that sticker. Not only is it cheaper, but also it's done properly as well. So we're up to the preview shipments button, because as you can see it says select to label your products, but there's no option to actually do that even though you've passed that process. So we will just go to preview shipments. Okay, now what you can see here, and I'm not going to go through this whole process here, but is what it's identified is that of the 200 units, it wants to send 3 separate boxes to 3 different centers, one in Tennessee, one in Virginia, and one in Arizona. And over to the right here you can view shipment contents if you so wish, but you'll probably find if you've put the detail in there it's all good. So I will just click approve shipments. And what the system's now doing is creating a workflow. Now over to the right, and I'll just move the screen over. Okay, this is where you need to individually go into each of those orders. It might be 1, it might be 3, it depends on how many products. You'll probably find at the start it'll only go to 1 fulfillment center until they get a feel for your sales pattern and what needs to go where. But all you do is click work on shipment, and I'll just have to come back across, apologize, pause for a moment. Okay, as you can see here, it tells you up the top where it's going from, where it's going to, so the actual shipment address, the date it was created, how many products are involved, and SKU, in case anyone's wondering, is stock keeping unit. That's what that stands for. What you choose here, generally speaking, I would always choose shipper carrier, Amazon partnered carrier, which is UPS, because their rates will be far better than anything else. And then here, this is, and I won't go through this whole process right now, but this is where you would enter your box weight, in pounds, your dimensions, and if anybody's doing this from internationally who don't use the imperial system, if you go on to a site called onlineconversion.com, it's onlineconversion, all as one word.com. There's a range of different calculators that allow you to convert, for example, as I need to from Australia, convert kilograms into pounds, convert centimeters into inches, etc. And anyone sourcing out of Asia will probably have found by now too, they talk in metric as well. So you need to convert that for Amazon's purpose, but it's quite simple once you've done it. What you do then is you go through, and that will allow you click calculate, that will allow you to calculate the cost of that shipment, and then there'll be an approve button that will say yes, I agree to that, and that shipping cost, whatever that is, to send that box from FBA inspection through to Amazon in Arizona will be charged to your account. So it doesn't need to be paid to Jim or the team at FBA. Obviously there is duty duty applicable to certain lines that that Jim will speak to you about that need to be paid for separately, but as regards to shipping, the shipping is actually charged to your account. So once Jim's completed the process, he arranges through UPS for them to pick the stock up, and you will see here there's a print box label. It's grayed out at the moment, but a print box label box as well. So just to clarify what these mean here, there's essentially 3 different things you need to print out and send to FBA inspections. The first is this print packing slips. Now I'll show you this in a moment, but essentially this is a slip of paper that goes inside the box. So because it's all tied into this shipment, when Amazon receive the box and they open it, they take out that bit of paper, they scan that, they do what they have to do, and that registers and confirms that the order's been delivered. This print box labels is, as you probably expect, box or carton. That's the label that will go on the outside of a box. So when FBA inspection arrange for the stock to be collected or dropped off, whatever, at UPS, you will find that that sticker will be on the side of a box that gets scanned through, and it all just goes through the system automatically. Now, just to give you an idea as to what the print picking slip looks like, we'll just see if it will come up seeing I haven't put dimensions. This will be the challenge. There you go. Well, except for that very strange, no, don't really want to do that. But what I was going to say is you could see my printer came up there. You can arrange depending on which system you're on, but you can print, and I will do it just to show you. You can print, you can save as a PDF in most printers. If you don't have a PDF printer available on your machine, like I use a Mac, so I do, but if you don't, if you're using a Windows machine and you don't have a PDF printer, so in other words you print like you would a normal document but saves to PDF, there are plenty of free ones. One that I particularly like is called cutepdf.com, so CUTEPDF, I'm pretty sure it's .com. If you just download that for free, it will appear in your printers as an option for you to select, which means that when it prints to PDF instead of printing to an actual hard copy printer. So this particular, I'll just cancel this out, this particular packing slip, as it says, it goes on top of the items in the carton. So Jim and the team, what they will do is once they've checked it all, etc., and labeled it, they will place this on top of a carton. They'll then shut the carton, and then that other print box label, which I won't print out now because otherwise it confirms the order, but I'm just showing you as a demonstration here. That will go straight through to FBA, and that goes on the side. So you need to save this as a PDF. You need to save that box label or labels, depending on how many orders you've got, as a PDF, and send both of those to Jim before the stock can be shipped out. And in addition, and I'm about to show you just in a moment, you also need to print out, or PDF out if you like, the labels that will actually go on the packs, the UPC labels that Jim will then print out as stickers and put on a pack. So there's 3 bits of information. There's this packing slip for inside the box. There's the box label for outside of a box, so the sticker that goes on the outside, and then there's the labels that go on the actual pack themselves. You can do this all online, all within Seller Central. You save it as a PDF, send it to Jim, and he and his team will look after the rest. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll just pause and I'll go back to show you where you go to print out your labels. Okay, we're back now. So what I've done is I've gone back to that manage inventory screen, so where we first started. All you have to do now, and this is to complete the process if it didn't allow you to select your labels, is obviously select the product, click Actions, click Print Item Labels. So this is the UPC code that will go on the side of, on your pack itself that Jim and his team will apply. So Print Item Labels, and it will come up with this. We'll obviously show you the product. Now, for Jim's purposes, I know 30 up is fine, so that obviously relates to how many labels are on the page. So 30 labels is what it will print out, and it prints as a PDF, and then obviously Jim uses sticker paper to print those labels out so that they're on individual stickers. Over to the right, you can't see it on this screen, but you will on yours, it says number of labels to print. So self-explanatory, of course. If you're sending in, say, 200 items to Amazon across those three shipments, or maybe it's 100 that goes in one shipment, whatever it is, whatever the shipment is in terms of quantity, select that quantity. So let's say, for argument's sake, it was 300. When you hit print, what you will receive is PDFs that will show you the labels 30 per piece on the piece of paper. And of course, if you're printing 300, there will be 10 sheets. So what I might do is I might just show you, just bear with me for a moment, and I'll show you an example of what will be printed out. Okay, what you can see here is an example. What it does is the stickers, they take obviously what's called a truncated, so a shortened barcode, your ASIN number, obviously an abridged version of your description, so it takes your whole description and abridges it, and also from how you've set your product up, whether it's new or used, which obviously from an ASM perspective will almost always be new, I would certainly imagine. So as I said, this is 30 up. If you had 300 products, there'd be 10 pages of this in the PDF, and that's what you would send through to FBA inspection. Now while we're at this, what I'll also do is just quickly show you as well, just so that you're aware. The packing slip, this is an example of what we saw before. So this is the other piece of paper that you save onto your desktop or whatever on your computer and send through to Jim at FBA inspection. And then the final one, which I hadn't shown you before, and I know it is sideways, but it's the way it comes out, is the box label. But that's okay, it doesn't matter. It's just one of these per box. So of course, needless to say, if it's 10 boxes in a shipment, then there'll be 10 of these that will print out that you'll need to see send through. Now what will happen is Jim will print this out and we'll stick this on the side of a box, and of course it's all barcoded and scanned, and as you can see, this one goes to Chester, Virginia, so it's all tied back into that particular order. So once you've got those three documents, just email those through to Jim, and yeah, that's pretty much the process in its entirety, and Jim will look after it from there.